Yeah. Just come to cut it all the way down.
Yeah, just cut it all the way down and make sure it's going wrong. Just in case, you know what I'm saying, they cut the bitch off. No, they cut it off. Yeah, all right.
Shalom. It's your brother Watazar. You know, the GMS Gulf Coast, Mississippi. You know, just back at you again with another lesson in the spirit, man. You know, me and the brother came up with. Boy, it was edifying. Before we get into it, we're facing Esau already. And give all honor and glory and prayers to the Most High and His Son. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makar, Dash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, teaches the truth 100%, no cut. Double shalom and salutation to our Christian's word called the full wind of true faith, sincerity, giving all diligence. You know, we just like the title say, man, you know, we're going to focus on the 2 D's, man, deliverance and destruction, man.
That's right.
You know, because a lot of sightings have been going on, a lot of, you know, sights have been going on, and a lot of videos have been going out, you know, about the angels being spotted, man. You know, we know it's the angels, you know, but Esau is deeming on what? UFO chariots, but we know that's the salvation of the elect of Israel, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number, man. That's our way up out of here, man. You know, when the destruction, when the Lord fully just annihilate this place, man, by way of what? Those same chariots that they call them UFOs, and by those thermonuclear missiles, man. You know, that's going to be our deliverance. And in these times of trouble, you know, the Lord's going to send His angels to give charge over us, man. In the spirit, man, where we don't be getting, we don't catch different diseases. We motherfuckers shooting at us and shit. Bullets bouncing off of us, or not ricocheting off of us, or dodging, you know, reflecting off of us, so to speak, man. You know, when the enemy shall come in as a flood, as they tell you in Isaiah the 59th chapter, man, you know, He gonna lift up that standard, man. Lord gonna send them angels to give us that power, to download it into us, man. You know, and protect us. The scripture tells you, shit, the Lord, hey, the angels encamped around those that fear the Lord, roughly paraphrasing it, man. So we're going to be good, man. The house of David, man. We're going to be good in these times of trouble, man.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Just a precept real quick. You know, just to back the brother, you know, I'm going to just get right to it. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with His chariots like a whirlwind, right, to render His anger with fury, and His rebuke with flames of fire. And
what's those chariots, man? Chariots are vehicles, man. Those so-called UFOs, man. Those spiritual aircrafts, man. Those spiritual crafts, man. He's going to do what? Read it over again, about
it says, for behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and with His chariots like a whirlwind.
That's that second judgment, man. When the Lord crack them clouds and come back with the host of heaven, man, it's going to be with fire, man. You know, and then when you look at those chariots, how they send them and put them out there, they look like they little balls engulfed in fire, man. Right. That's how the Lord coming back, man. But this, it's gonna be televised. Everybody gonna see it and know what it is, man. You know, because of what the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai been pushing, man, by the mouth of His prophets, man, His ambassadors, man. You know, go ahead, Doc.
It says to render His anger with fury, and His rebuke with flames of fire.
His rebuke, His correction, man, because you don't want to listen to Him now when He's speaking through the mouth of His prophet. The Lord is not going to speak. He's going to show action when He returns, man. And you're gonna catch it, man. Mm-hmm. See, right now, when you come back to the Heavenly Father and through the name of His Son, right now, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right now, you catch it in the spirit, man. And it's all to build you up for these times that we coming into, man. But that's only if you receive this correction, man. And them times to come, it's going to be too late for you. So you ain't going to have no choice but to take that motherfucking ass whooping out the gate, man. There ain't going to be no you catching hell in the spirit. Then you're going to catch hell. The Lord's going to just drop it upon you, man. There ain't going to be no build up, man. Why? Because you refuse this reproof. As they tell you in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, man.
That's right.
You got it.
And Salakia, if I could just add real quick, you know, hey, and we know, Lord willing, we of the men of the Lord, you know, His elect. You know, we know when we see the chariots, man, that is our deliverance.
Right.
You know, and we know to the heathens, which two-thirds of our people are considered heathens,
right.
you know, along with the other heathens, you know, that is their destruction, man. You know, so hey, we know, man, what these chariots is coming for, man. You know, we know that these chariots are here for two things, man: deliverance and destruction.
And
man.
destruction, facts.
You know, that's just what it is, man. That's how we're gonna get, Lord willing, we up there, and get beamed up, man. Where we gonna get beamed up to, man? To the chariots, man. How else is the Lord gonna save His elect, man? You know, by beaming them up in them chariots, man. Right. You know, the scriptures also speak on of that. I don't wanna butcher it. The fire, the sea of fire mingled in what is it, glass?
The glass mingled in the sea of fire.
The glass mingled in the sea of fire. You know, just roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, and that's when, you know, His elect is saved, and Lord willing, we up there, man. We're watching the destruction going on, man.
Right. From the bottom of the
ships. From the bottom of the ships, man. Through the eyes of the ships, which is the windows, man. That sea of glass, man. We walking on that glass, just we looking through the chariots, man. You know, praising, man. Praising Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That we got delivered from this place, man. You know? But I got one more verse on this real quick. This verse, Isaiah 66 and 16, it says, "For by fire and by His sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh."
Right, and that's right now. The Lord is doing that right now, man. Because His word is fire. His word is the sword, man. But it's spiritual. The Lord is going to make it manifest onto the physical realm, man, when He returns, man. That's why the Lord's not going to be doing no talking and no warning, because He warns you through the Spirit. By the mouth of His prophets, man. By this word, man. You know, when the Lord returns, there ain't going to be no more talking, man. The Lord's going to make it, it's going to manifest. When you see the Lord, it's going to be manifest in front of you. Because we spoke it to you, starting with our elders and apostles. Our apostles and elders on down to us younger brothers. We've been speaking it unto you through the Spirit. So now the Lord going to make the Spirit manifest, man. We ain't going to have no choice but to believe. You ain't going to have no choice but to see it, man. Right now, hey, hey, I see it. When I see it, I'll believe it. That's your downfall, man. You know, that's you having a lack of faith, man. And we know if you don't have no faith, you don't damn sure ain't have no works. And the scripture tell you in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, we're gonna be saved by our faith, what we believe in our works, man. Our works in the faith where we believe, man. Well, roughly paraphrasing it, man. You know, because the scripture tell you what that is. James. Faith without works is dead, man. You know, but you got it, bro. So when the Lord, hey, we come to time when the Lord is coming to destroy and deliver, man. That fire that He speaks about, that lake of fire, that's going to be your destruction, man. That's a lot. You got it, bro.
That was on that, bro.
Give me that Amos 9 and 8. And that's why it's focused. That's why the title focuses on that, man. Deliverance and destruction, man.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Low battery.
Yeah.
No, I don't hit low power mode. Fuck it. It's good. Fuck it. It says, Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It says, "Behold." It's Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon this sinful kingdom."
Right, and what's the odds, man? The angels, man. What the world dating is UFOs, man. That's they are watching this place and they sending up those messages up to the Heavenly Father, man.
Okay.
They examine this place and they reporting back to the Heavenly Father, man. You know?
That's right.
And Yahweh Shah will go ahead and call Jesus Christ, man. Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. You got it.
They also, Salaki, if I could just add real quick, it's a scripture where it says the eyes of the Lord shine 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man.
Get that. Get it. It's Ecclesiasticus 25:13, I believe it is.
Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 25:13.
25:13. And we know the eyes of the Lord, are his angels. You know what I'm saying? So basically, hey man, you can't hide from the Lord, man. The eyes, and like the scriptures say right here, the eyes of the Lord.
23 and 19.
23 and 19. That's the spirit out right there on.
Okay.
And you can't hide from the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter how hard, no matter how good you think you are, you can't hide from the Lord, man. From what you eating, you know what I'm saying? From what you're thinking, you can't hide nothing from the Lord, man. And this is Ecclesiasticus 23, and what is it, 13? 19. Kind. It says, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Right. Because you can't just feel, this ain't about no mouth and lip service. You get around brothers or you get around men of the Lord and you want to try and please them. No, it's all about you pleasing the Lord, man. You stand on top of yourself to please the Lord to the best of your ability, man. It ain't about trying to please a brother. Please Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. We are the body, man. So we look at each other as Yahweh Shah, man. But your main focus is about pleasing the Lord, man. That's how we all stay in tune and intact in one spirit, connected to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. We stay on top of our ground, man. Because we focus on one thing, pleasing the Lord, man. And if you want to slide y'all, you want to please the Lord, what? You keep his commandments. You have faith in him, man. And his commandments are not grievous. And when you look into it, you ain't going to do this to your brother. You ain't going to think about that. You're not going to put no other God before Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. No other gods, It's simple, man. But you got it, bro, Salaki.
And Salaki, I just wanted to add real quick, Lord willing, they don't have brothers out there like that, but we know they have brothers out there like that. You know what I'm saying? That only do this work to please the other brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what it's about, man.
Right.
That's not what it's about. That's why the scripture's gonna go into, the eyes of the Lord shine 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man, because the Lord knows what each individual person is doing, man.
Right.
You can't hide that, man.
Can't hide nothing.
So it don't pay to try to what would you call stunt in front of other brothers, man. It don't pay, man. It ain't gonna benefit you nothing. You just stunting, and when you go home, you know what I'm saying, it's back to the basics.
Right.
You can either be smoking and shit like that, because they've had brothers who were still smoking, committing adultery. You know what I'm saying?
Starting just getting in.
Yeah, it's just basically acting like niggas, man.
Right.
Niggas of this world. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna finish it off. I'm gonna start over though. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. Such a man only fears the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Completely brighter than the sun, man. Because the sun when the sun shines, touch everything, man. So the Lord said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than that, man. So that lets you know, man, the Lord is touching everything, man. Your spirit, everything, man. Your flesh, everything, man. There's nothing you can hide. You don't miss nothing.
You don't miss nothing, man. Ain't nothing. Every blade of grass, from the insects to the animals, to the ocean. He's everything. He's in control of everything, man. Nothing is getting past his eyes, man.
He know how many strands of hair you got on your head.
Before you even have them. Before you even have hair, you know how many strands of hair you have on your head.
On your whole body.
about doing something, and then he repented and didn't think about it no more. That whole day. You know, and Lord, you said he was gonna do that.
Right.
You know, just you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is, man. That's just how the Heavenly Father operates, man.
Everything's already written. Oh, we hope, Lord. We always say, Lord willing, we don't mend, man. That we already written into the book of life, man.
Kind.
You got it, though.
And it says, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the Most High secret parts.
Right. And that's your mind, man. What you think. The spirit that goes on in your head, man. You got it, bro.
That was it.
You go back to that Amos.
I'm back in Amos. I'm going to just start over real quick. It's Amos chapter 9, verse 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, thy power, are upon the sinful kingdom.
And what's that? America, man. This damn queendom that Esau, the so-called white man, has established, man. By way of his system. You know, telling everybody to do what they fucking feel like, you know. You could be a homosexual, you can smoke weed, sell drugs. That's part of you getting the American pop. The Lord's eyes, those angels are watching this place, and they're making themselves more manifest as days go beyond, man. You know, because, hey, we know that's what us getting closer and closer to the end of this damn devil's queendom, man.
That's right.
You know, keep going on.
It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
And the Lord is in the process of that now, man. That's why the devil is running together, you know, trying to hurry up and speed up his technology, man, to try and combat the Lord, to try and destroy the Lord's men first and foremost, man. You know, because he know that he got a short time, man. So we in some harsh times, man. We coming into harsher times. Well, hey, it's gonna be kicked up, man. They're gonna kick down your fucking door.
Right.
Drag your ass up out of there and throw you in a concentration camp while maybe raping your children, your woman, man. And if you ain't been doing this work, you ain't got faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. They're gonna take you by it. They're gonna destroy you by it, man. But we don't fear that, man. We know the Lord is life, man. Esau is nothing but death. The Lord used Esau to bring forth death, man, through Satan, man. You know, so we ain't worrying about dead things, man. We ain't worrying about, you know, we meditate on those things, of course, you know, watching our children, preparing ourselves in the spirit, Lord willing. We those men, you meditate on what, you know, seeing certain things, man, happen to us, or us getting tortured, our children, our women, you know, women getting tortured, children getting tortured. But we don't focus on that because, hey, through faith, Lord willing, we are that men, the Lord keep the spirit on us, man. We look forward, man. Faith is to help you look forward, man. You know, you got it, bro.
It says,
through these scriptures, man. That's why blessed is he that readeth. That's why, hey, it's important for you Israelite men to come back to your heritage, man. To your power. And you only find Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah through what? These scriptures, man. That the elders and apostles have spoken unto us through his men, through his pastors, pursuing Jeremiah 3 and 15. You got it, close a lot.
It says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
And that's the elect. 2/3 of our people that's caught up in this man's image, aka his system, gonna be destroyed. You heathens gonna be destroyed. You elites of you heathens, you're gonna be put in slavery to build up our kingdom. Go ahead,
And Salaki, if I could just add real quick, you know, hey, and that's one of the main scriptures right there, man, where it's 2 parts, man. You know, the deliverance and the destruction right there, man. You know, it clearly, you don't have to break that scripture down, man. It's clear. It's made plain upon the tables right there, man. You know, hey, 2/3 of our people gonna get killed. Guess what? 1/3 gonna be saved, man. Clear. It's clear, man. It just said, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, man. Meaning he's not gonna just completely destroy it, man. But it's going, 2/3 of it is going to get destroyed, man. That's the 2 D's, man. That's the 2 D's right there. You know, deliverance and destruction, man. And we're here to tell you, man, that you don't want to be a part of that destruction, man. You know, we want to be a part of the deliverance, man. You know, we can't speak for everybody else, but we want to be a part of the deliverance, man. Starting when I was in the apostles on down towards younger brothers, man. All of us, man. You know, you want me to keep going on? Verse 9, Amos 9:9, it says, "For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations."
Right, and that's what the Lord did, man. We scattered abroad, man. Among all nations, man. You know, that's why you're going to have what they call Israelite foreigners, you know, Israelites that look like other nations, man, but their lineage go back to Israelite men, man. Because they tell you that, what the Lord going to do in the book of Deuteronomy, what is it, 28 and 64, the 64th verse, man. How the Lord going to spread us among the nations, man. Roughly paraphrasing, you got it, bro. But the Lord is in this time where He going to divide us, man. You know, the sheep from the goats, so to speak, man. You got it, bro. And that's the elect, man. The ones that come back to Him in true faith and sincerity, man. You got it, bro.
It says, "Like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth."
Right. No, you ain't gonna be able to, like you pluck corn, you're not gonna be able to pluck none of the elect out of the Lord's hand, man. None of them. Even the least of the elect, man. He's still a part of the elect, so it ain't Esau, you ain't gonna be able to do it. You Jakes that follow after Esau, ain't nobody gonna be able to do it, man. Nobody, man. The elect are the elect, man. First and foremost, and they are promised deliverance, man. Everybody else is promised destruction, man. You got it, bro.
Ooh, and it just, if I could add real quick,
yeah.
You could just tell the wordplay right here, man. It's just so beautiful. It says, "I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth," man. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gonna sift this. And how He gonna sift it? Through destruction. Through destruction, man. That's how the Lord is gonna sift it out, man.
And through the word.
Through His word and through destruction. Ultimately, the destruction. You know? And He said not in the least shall fall upon the earth, man. Ooh, that's cold, man. That's cold. That's cold right there, man. It says verse you want me to keep going?
And do that, you know, because the Lord, what He speak is going to happen, man. His word is the sifter, man. Like the brother was getting into, man. And it's the destruction. This word is the deliverance and your destruction if you don't take heed to it.
That's how you gonna sift your ass up out of here.
Right. And that's how He did. He said He spoke it before that. He was going to sift us among all nations. You know, He spoke it, and then what happened, man? Shit, it was sifted among all nations after He spoke.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
Verse 10. "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword."
Right. The Lord said He's going to, the judgment of the Lord, the judgment is going to start at the house of the Lord, man. House of Israel first, man. Going back to, I think, 1 Peter's, you know, in the book of Peter's, you know, the Lord going to start with His people first and destroy them, man. You know. And that's just what it is, man. Hey, the Lord's word is going to get you Jakes first that denied Him, man. And disobeyed Him, man. Then all the rest of you heathens, you're going to get it. But you're not exempt. You're not exempt. That's why Jake didn't get it. That's why we get the most judgment. And we look down upon the most, man. Because it was spoken about it, man. You know, we curse, man. You know, the Lord, we supposed to know better. Because when you go into Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, it tell you how this word is spoken. Just roughly paraphrasing, this word is us being an example to the other nations, man. They look upon us as like this, so no such nation, or this great nation, having this. Matter of fact, grab it real quick. I'll hold that what you got. Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh, my power, commanded me."
All right, that's Moses speaking through the spirit of Yahweh Shah.
"That ye shall do so in the land whither ye go to possess it."
All right, 6 to point.
Verse 6. "Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
That's why the Lord punishes us the most, because He only deals with us, man. We supposed to know better, man. You know, but hey, it's just, hey, Jake don't want to fucking listen, man. That's why the Lord said they are stiff-necked people, man. Mm-hmm. You know, because Jake is hard-headed and rebellious as fuck, man. You know, but you got it, bro.
You keep going?
No, that was the point. That was it. We can't make it too quick to the phone.
And Salaki, if I could just add,
don't make it too long, Salaki. But you got it. Go ahead.
If I can just add real quick, you know what I'm saying? Back in that Amos, where it says, verse 9 and 10, where it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. That's how you know, man. But I thought,
He hates sin.
I thought,
not the sinner.
I thought, you know what I'm saying, the Lord hate the sin, not the sinner. You know, I thought the Lord love everyone.
Right.
Well, I mean, it clearly says, man, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man.
Right.
And what is a sword? A killing instrument, man.
Exactly.
Meaning the Lord is going to put y'all to death, man.
Come on.
Well, put them to death. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we the crazy ones, though. We the crazy ones. We taking stuff out of context. How are we taking these scriptures out of context when it clearly states it right there, man? It's just clear. It's just all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. You don't even have to break that down, man. That is what it is, man, and it ain't what it ain't. You know, there's no getting around that. There's no, oh well, the Lord meant this and meant that. No, man, the Lord meant shit. He gonna kill all the goddamn sinners, man, and that's what it is. Shit, the Lord ain't a man where He shall lie, and he ain't a man where shit. He changed, man. Lord don't change for nobody, man. That's why He gave Moses the law, statutes, and commandments in stone, man, because they don't change, and you can't change them. They set in stone.
They engrafted.
Engrafted, man, in stone, man.
I can tell you in James, you better take heat, bro, for paraphrase to this engrafted word that is able to save your soul, man.
Come. You want me to keep going, though?
What that is?
In verse 10.
Amos.
Yeah, 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with verse 10. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Right. Yeah, I believe it when I see it. That's basically them saying, hey, we ain't just gonna happen. I've been eating, like they say, been eating pork, been eating raccoon, been eating possum, been eating squirrel, been smoking
quail. I'm tired of eating quail, though.
Oh, yeah, and ancient. Yeah,
you know
yeah. I'm about to say,
hell no. Hell no. I'm tired of eating this quail, man. I want to go back to eating some other shit. Man, fuck that, man. That's just niggas of this world today, man.
Bro.
Saying, oh, well, my grandparents been eating goddamn pork and ain't did nothing to them yet. But look at what it's been doing to them. They suffering from gout, goddamn diabetes.
Wonder why your ass was born with high blood pressure.
Right. Heart disease, high cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? And you wondering why, but it ain't did nothing to them yet. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Wondering why people suffering, man. Verse 11, it says, in that day, you want me to keep going? In verse Amos 9:11, it says, in that day will I rise up the tabernacles of David that is fallen.
That is fallen, man. And grab 1 Samuel, when you finish that verse, grab 2 Samuel 7:23, start at 23. Because the Lord made a covenant with David, man. A promise, He made a promise with David that his house will never fall, man. You know, so you go into Samuel, man. The last chapter of Samuel. 2 Samuel. You got it, bro.
Let me finish this up.
Go ahead.
It says, and close up the breaches thereof.
Right, it ain't gonna be no more beef between the southern and northern kingdom, man. It's gonna be harmony and peace, man. That's why you see different brothers in different camps, man. You got different tribes in each camp, man. And they tight, Click tight, bro. On point. You got it, bro.
It says, I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old.
As the days of old, man. On both the southern and the northern kingdom, man. At peace with each other. Backing each other, ready to die for each other, man. No separation. You know, like that Willie Lynch fucked us over. It broke us, man. The light put the light-skinned slave against the dark-skinned slave and all that old shit there, man.
God.
You know, you got it, bro.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 23. It says, and what one nation in the earth is like thy people,
right?
Even like Israel, whom the Most High went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you the great things and terrible for thy land before thy people, which thou redeemest to thee from Egypt, from the nations of their gods.
Is this not modern day Egypt? Is not America one of the main places you can worship different gods? Speaking in modern, you can worship a motherfucking flower. You can make your own. You can do whatever you want in America, man. Long as it's going against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, you can fucking do it, man. You know, but you see how they do us when we go on according to what thus says the Lord say. They demonize us, man. They cut us off. You know, but long as it's against is anti-Mashiach, man, anti-Christ. As long as you come in the spirit of an anti-Christ, you can flourish, you can come up. You good. You can get you a piece of the pie. You can sit at the table, so to speak. You know, you got it, bro.
You want me to go on?
Keep on.
Verse 24. It says, for thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people Israel,
right,
to be a people
unto
Lord, thee forever.
The Lord said he confirmed to himself that the children of Israel is going to be a people to him forever, man. To himself, man. From the beginning. So, hey, the elect are going to be delivered. Everybody else is going to be destroyed, man. Even 2/3 of our people are going to come back, and you heathens are still going to be paying, man. You're still going to be slaves up under the nation of Israel, man.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
It says, and thou, Lord, Yahweh, or become thy power.
Right. It's our rock, it's our power, man.
And now, verse 25, and now, O Lord Yahweh, power, the word that thou hast spoken concerning thy servant,
right,
and concerning his house,
right,
establish it forever.
And what's that? The house of David, man. The house of David. The Lord is establishing it forever. Has established it forever. You got it, bro.
And do as thou hast said.
Right. The Lord is not an author of confusion, neither is he a man that he shall lie, man. The Lord gonna do exactly what he said he was gonna do, man. He doing it. We see it is made plain upon the tables, man. You got it, bro.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Verse 27. Hold on. Slide. Verse 26. And let thy name be magnified forever, saying, right, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is the power over Israel.
Is the power over Israel, not the whole world, man. How you gonna do away with the Old Testament, man? This is the Lord making statements, man. Mm-hmm. Facts, man. Making promises, man.
Old statements.
Come on, man. How you gonna say that the Lord is dealing with everybody? The Lord just told you, man. What is it?
10%.
All right, we're gonna hit it up. You guys are supposed to.
It says, and let the house of thy servant David be established before thee.
Right. And what the Lord just said in Amos, the Lord will bring back the house of David. Bro, closing up the preaching, man.
Raising up that tabernacle.
Raising up that tabernacle. Come on, bro. Mighty men in the spirit, man, because they say, hey, then shall a righteous man stand up in what? Great boldness, pursuing the wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Bold in the spirit, man. Because in the flesh, we look weak to you people, man. Why? Because we ain't got what the world has, man. We ain't doing what the world is doing, man. We not popular like the world. These niggas in the world are popular, man. But in the spirit, the Lord is with us, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I need. Everything starts from the spirit, man. Is manifested over, man. Fuck with the world, how the world look at us. We worried about how Yahweh Shemi Shah is looking at us, man. That's it. You got it, bro.
It says, verse 27, it says, "For thou, O Lord, Yahweh of hosts, power of Israel, has revealed to thy servant, saying, I will build thee an house. Therefore hath thy servant found in his heart to pray his prayer unto thee."
Mm-hmm.
And now, in verse 28, "And now, O Lord Yahweh, thou art that power, and thy word be true, and thou hast promised this goodness unto thy servant."
Right. Go to 9, bro.
Verse 29.
That don't even need to be broken down, man. Everything that the Lord has promised us, we're going to receive it, man. You know, just the simple fact of us starting with our apostle and elders on down to us younger brothers coming into this truth, man. That's part of the promises, man.
He said it in the name of it.
It's saying the name of it. You got it, bro.
It's just repeating itself, man. And so, like, y'all, that's just one thing about these scriptures, man. It's repetitive, man. It just repeats itself and repeats itself and repeats itself. You know? And to the fact where you can clearly see it happen.
Right.
You can clearly see the prophecies happen, man.
And that's another fact to show that the Lord don't change, y'all.
Yeah. The Lord ain't changing for nobody, man. What's that scripture in Romans where it says, what if some did not believe?
Because
Does the faith of the Lord have none effect? God forbid, man. Hell no, man.
Don't matter if you don't believe. It was said people weren't going to believe. 2/3 weren't going to believe.
Verse 28. It says, "And now, O Lord Yahweh." Well, I think I just read it. "Thou art that power, and thy words be true, and thou hast promised this goodness unto thy servant." Yeah, I just read that. Verse 29. "Therefore now let it please thee to bless the house of thy servant, that it may continue forever before thee."
And that's what's going to happen, man. That's why the Lord said He's raising up the house of David, because He said it was going to continue forever, man.
That's right.
You know,
Those mighty men,
man. You know, that's why the Lord is coming to deliver the house of David and to destroy everybody else outside of that house that's profane.
Mm-hmm.
That's outside of the temple. You know, it's outside of the house of David, man. You got it, bro. That was it. Verse 29. You can stop at 29, which that's the last verse.
No, yeah, it ain't good. It says that it may continue forever before thee, for thou, O Lord Yahweh, hast spoken it, and with thy blessing let the house of thy servant be blessed forever.
With thy blessing, man. So, hey, that's how you, that's what it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is going to deliver His elect and destroy everybody else outside of the elect, man. That goes for 2/3 of our people, and of course you heathens, man. But you still come last, man. You fucking heathens, man. You know, yeah, you Edomites, you got it first now, because you and your kingdom. But you come last, man. That's why the Lord is showing you that, because what? He's dealing with His children, man. First and foremost, He's sifting the house, man. Dealing with the elect, getting them to the side of the nation of Israel, 2/3, getting them to the side to destroy them. And then, once He fulfilled what He wanted to fulfill, hey, you heathens, you done, man. You done, you're going to get your judgment, man. By way of those thermonuclear missiles, those chariots, diseases, race wars, and wicked-ass jakes, or even the elect putting hands on you before the Lord returns, man. You know, and then you elites of you heathens, you going into slavery, man. You know, forever. Shit, forever, man. After you heathens, after you heathens serve your hard bondage, you're still going to be being governed over by Israel, man. You're going to have to keep our laws, statutes, commandments. If you don't, you're going to get the judgment that goes with what you broke, man. You Edomites, after you serve your bondage, you can destroy it, man. And whatever the Lord's gonna do with your spirit, hey, that's between the Lord, man. You know? But you got it, bro. Give me 2 Kings 6 and 11. Shot. But no, well, yeah, get it.
It's 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 11.
No, matter of fact, we can give me 2 Samuel 7 and 10. So we can end it on that.
This 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 10. It says, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel.
Right. And
will plant them. And slides I could just add real quick. It says, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, man. Once again, man, you know, the Lord is only dealing with his chosen, man. Israel, man. He's only dealing with his nation of people, man, that he chose, man. Specifically, man. You know? And it is what it is, man. The Lord isn't dealing with everyone, man. The Lord is not dealing with everyone, man. He's not dealing with the whole earth, man. He's only dealing with the world of Israel, man. You know, a select people, man, that he's chosen. It says, and I will plant them that they may dwell in a place of their own, and more and move no more, neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time.
Right. And what's that, man? Us coming up out of slavery, us being on top forever, and no more of these Edomites afflicting us, these heathens afflicting us, man. We're going to be set at peace, the kingdom of Yahshua, man.
Right.
The true kingdom of heaven, man. And the wicked is going to be goddamn abolished, man. You know, so to speak. And wickedness is going to be abolished, man. You know, and you wicked ass heathens, man. When you get out of line, and you break those laws, statutes, commandments, you're going to suffer worse than how we suffer.
That's right.
Go back to that Amos real quick. That's all I wanted on that. Amos 9 and 11. Start at 11 and go down to 15. And we're going to end on that.
Amos chapter 9, verse 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close to the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruin, right, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Right, so that lets you know, man, the Lord never abandoned his men, man, because when you go into the scripture, man, hey, the Lord, a righteous man falls 7 times, man. A wicked man falls into mission, man. So that lets you know the Lord is building us up, man, through the Spirit right now, man. He never allowed us to fall and stay down, man. Lord willing, we are the elect, start with our apostles and elders on down to his younger brothers, man. That's why you see these men out there on the highways and byways teaching this doctrine, truth, faith, and sincerity, man.
Right.
You know, you see videos going up, man. Edifying lessons, man, the Spirit, man. Breaking down these scriptures, how they're supposed to be broken down, man. The right way, the only way. You got it, bro.
Verse 12, it says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen.
That we may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathens. Edom is you so-called white people, man.
It said specifically Edom
first.
Possess the remnant of Edom first and foremost.
And the remnant is a small number. So that lets you know you Edomites in America, you're done.
Yeah, man.
Only the elites of you Edomites, you different Rothschild families, you different Rockefeller families, Soros families, Getty families, all you motherfuckers is gonna go hide. We know that. Probably in hide now. And we're gonna come and get you through the Spirit of probably Yahshua, Lord willing, we the men, man.
Right.
That small remnant, man, and we're gonna breed back your nation through you. But you're gonna be bred as a slave, man. And then after we finish with you, using you through the Spirit of Yahshua, you building up our kingdom, serving your judgment the Lord has got set for you. Gather your ass up. It's on Obadiah, 18th verse. And we're going to burn you, man. The southern and the northern kingdom, man. Burn your ass up. You got it, bro.
Verse it says, which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh that doeth this.
That doeth this, man. Go ahead,
Verse 13, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Who is the plowman, man? The slave. You know, the reaper is the one that's reaping the benefits, man. Go ahead, bro.
And the treader of the grapes, him that soweth seed,
right.
And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt.
All the hills shall melt. All the different governments, bodies. You're going to be done, man. You're done. You know, you're done, man. You're going to, like the scripture tell you, we're going to suck the breath of the kings, man. You're going to bring us your riches and shit, man. But your power, in that process, you're going to be thrown out of power, man. You're going to be beat out of power, man. Ain't going to be no more heathens ruling over Israel, man. You got it, bro.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going. You stop at 15.
It says, and I will bring, verse 14, it says, and I will bring again the captivity of my people, of Israel.
Right, taking us out of captivity, man. We're in that time now when you go into Jeremiah, where they tell you, the Lord, matter of fact, you got it, go ahead,
It says, and they shall build the waste cities,
right,
and inhabit them,
right,
and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine.
And what's those waste cities, man, over in Jerusalem? Because we know Israel is going to be destroyed, but the Lord is going to bring it back, man. You know, bring it up.
And they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them.
We those curses, when they tell you in Deuteronomy, well, we shall plant and we shall not, roughly paraphrase it, we shall plant, but we not. I'm going to get to that too. Go ahead,
It says, verse 15, and I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, said the Lord Yahweh by power.
Read that over again, that verse.
Verse 15, and I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, said the Lord Yahweh by power. You know, hey man, that's the promise right there.
We'll start at read 14 one more time.
Verse 14. It says, and I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them.
Right. And that's us, the curses that are lifted off of us, because this is just the back end. It's Deuteronomy 28:33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. That's going to be uplifted, man. When the Lord deliver us out of this damn captivity that we're in, man. We're going to enjoy everything that we labor for, and then we're going to enjoy everything that we make those other fucking nations labor for, man. We're going to enjoy that. The curse is going to be put on them, man. You know, like it tell you what that is, Deuteronomy 30, Deuteronomy 32, I believe it is, Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Let me get it real quick, shout out. This is Deuteronomy chapter, let me see, I think it's 32 and 7. No, 30 and 7. It says, this Deuteronomy 30 and 7, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee, man. That's just what it is, man. The Lord is coming to deliver us about this Egypt, pursuant to this chapter right here, Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought the children of the land of children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands where he had driven them, and I will bring them again to their land that I have gave unto their fathers. And that's just what it is, man. The Lord is coming to deliver the elect of Israel and destroy everybody else outside of the elect of Israel. And that's go for 2/3 of our people and the rest of you heathens, man. You got something you want to say?
You know, and hey,
you can finish.
Like
when you done something you want to say.
And you know, they like the title say, man, the 2 D's, man. That's just what it's gonna be, man. You know, hey, the Lord is coming. Can I get a precept real quick?
Take it
Real
out.
quick. You know, it's one of my favorite ones I like to get. It's short, sweet, straight to the point. It's Revelations 22 and 12. It says, "And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me." And what is that reward, man? "To give every man according to his works shall be." You know what I'm saying? Hey, whether your reward be for deliverance or whether your reward be for destruction, man. That's just what it's going to be, man. And the Lord say he coming quickly, man. You know? So now ain't the time to be bullshitting around here, man. You know, trying to be smoking goddamn weed, shit like that, you know, trying to or trying to make it in this society, man. We shouldn't have our ass on that, man. The only thing we should be trying to make it in is this right here, man. These holy scriptures right here, man. This is gonna be our only salvation right here, man. You know, this is what we should be striving for, deliverance, man. We don't need to be striving for the destruction, because the destruction, if you striving for trying to worry about your 401ks and, you know, whether you trying to buy a house or, you know, and which I ain't saying ain't nothing wrong with buying a house, anything like that. If you got it like that, so be it. But don't let that be your only focus. Don't let that be the only thing you're focusing on. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, this is the main focus right here, man. And what's the ending goal? To be delivered. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, that's what it is, man. You know, this is Amos chapter 9, verse 15. It says, "And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them."
And we just read that in the book of 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter, 10th verse. Mm-hmm. So that lets you know, man, hey, the Lord don't change, man. All these scriptures, man, the Lord is giving you understanding, man. The Lord don't change, man. You got it, bro, so like.
That was it.
You know, and that just, you know, Lord, when it was edifying, you know, it just, hey, we're in the time of deliverance and destruction, man. So, hey, which side? You better pick a side, man. You know, but there's only one side you really should truly be picking, that's being delivered. Or you come back to the Heavenly Father, man, because if not, shit, hey, by default, you're going to be destroyed, man. You know, that's another word. That's a default. Default. You know?
You're going to have those defaults.
Yeah.
You know, because your ass going to get destroyed by default.
By default, man.
Even, it's like, you know, even if you know the Lord's name.
Right.
You know, even if, you know, let's just say, just an example, you keeping His law, statutes, and commandments, you know, but you ain't putting the work in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't going out and teach.
You ain't got faith.
Your ass gonna get destroyed by default, man.
Default.
You know, because that's just what the scriptures say, man.
Right. Ultimately, your ass ain't chosen.
You ain't chosen, man. You know, up in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, man, where it says, shit, you gotta wash the blood off your hands, man. You know, you can't just know this and think you about to get a free pass.
Right.
No, it don't work like that.
You ain't doing nothing.
And you ain't doing nothing.
Nothing. You ain't bringing brothers no water. You ain't
nothing.
Coming out there learning. You just, I know I'm an Israelite, and that's it. Oh, I'm woke. You know, Jake's favorite line now, I'm woke. But you got a blunt in your fucking mouth.
What you doing all line up? You got a fresh, crispy line up.
You can shave your beard off.
You got a line up on your face. You know, talking about you got goddamn notes stacked up here this high. How?
Shaving your beard. You got brothers in the truth that can't grow beards and shit. Hey, would love to have a beard.
Right.
Want the shit, but you don't want to give it to me. Shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lord willing, edifying. We're facing the east already. We want Him to give an infinite honor, glory, and prayers to the Most High and the Son.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakar, Kadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders that do rule well and teach this truth 100%, no cut. Double shalom, salutation, I can push this word across the four winds, true faith, sincerity, giving all diligence. Kwam the elect, Yasha and my waffle of Bob, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.